What's up, everybody? I am, well, as a 49er fan and as the emperor of the Niner Empire, I felt that it was only right that I would get on here tonight and talk about the big news today. The Carolina Panthers have traded Christian McCaffrey to the San Francisco 49ers. Now, what do I think about this? Overall, I am not that wild about it. Okay, let me get the positives out of the way about this because there's a couple obvious ones. First of all, he's only 26 years old, so potentially like 30 is usually the mark for running backs where you really start to worry about it. So that's potentially 4 years of a really good player. And that player is an outstanding player, a versatile player, an all-pro, Pro Bowler, all those things when he's healthy. But that gets into like the big negatives of this trade. He can't stay healthy. In the last 2 years, he's played in 3 and 7 games. I mean, if the rest of this team could stay healthy, then maybe you can take that. But as you've seen, we don't have that luxury. And we also gave up way too much to acquire a running back, even one that is as versatile as McCaffrey. I mean, we gave up a 2023 second round, third round, and fourth round pick, and a fifth round pick in 2024. That's just a lot, especially those high round picks, man. And I mean, this is something that, as a 49ers fan, I've been getting sick of this for the last couple of years, and this year in particular, we're already seeing it, is we have such an amazing team on paper, but that paper is the injury report. I mean, honestly, we have a playoff team all on the injury report. And this is the type, this like just falls perfectly in line with that. You know what I mean? He's awesome. He's great. He's an all-pro. Just like Nick Bosa's an all-pro. Just like, Trent Williams is an all-pro. And then you got Charvarius Ward out. Emmanuel Mosley out. Hufanga in concussion protocol. Jimmy Ward with a broken hand. Debo misses a game every single year. Kittle misses several games every single year. I just don't understand why we continue to bring in players that are going to miss time. I mean, Fred Warner is our only reliable player, you know? Of the all-star, superstar players that we have, Fred Warner is the only one that doesn't really miss time. It's just to see us continue to give up valuable assets for players that aren't really going to do that much for us in any given season is really, really frustrating. And I'm all for teams being aggressive, but this is a team that needs to evaluate itself better than it's doing. And this is a move that shows they just don't have an understanding of what's going on with them. Do we need a running back or something like that? Sure. But you don't trade away that much for one, especially when he's got this history, and specifically in the last 2 years, that he's not going to play. And I mean, it's really, really annoying at this point to see this team continue to make dumb mistakes, one after another. I mean, and we're just coming near the end of trading away a haul for a quarterback that has not really even played for us in Trey Lance. You know, it's this team needs to do one of two things. You either figure out with your training staff and your strength staff what the hell's going on to make this team one of the most injury-plagued teams every single season, or when you go about the process of building this team and bringing guys in, you need to bring in guys that don't have a history of getting hurt. And I understand, if they do that, right, you bring in guys who don't get hurt and they manage to get hurt, sometimes that's just bad luck. But there seems to be something going on in San Francisco where, for the last 3 or 4 years, we're always dealing with injuries, and it's going to derail our season. I mean, we're going into a game against Kansas City that we probably don't win even if we're healthy, but now we're coming off the back of a loss to Atlanta, and a loss to Kansas City puts us under 500. We likely slip out of first place in our division, and unless we get healthy quick, fast, and in a hurry, this season will get away from us. I mean, I really like Christian McCaffrey as a player. I think he's a really awesome player. But I just don't know if this was the move that we needed to make as a team Like, we could, if you want to bring in a running back, sure, fine, whatever. It doesn't really matter. But if we want to get aggressive at the trade deadline, we could have done it for any number of players at any number of positions instead of trading for an injury-prone back. It's just a tough pill to swallow to see that we got fleeced by the Carolina Panthers. I hope I'm wrong. I really, really do. But history would tell us that he is like breaking down. I mean, the only hope on that front is that we're not going to use him as a workhorse back. But with the amount of money that he gets paid, that's not a rotational piece either. So I don't know, man. I hope he stays healthy. I hope this entire team gets healthy, and then maybe it all works, and I'll be feeling better about it by the end of the season. But on the day of and off the back of the Atlanta loss, it's I don't know, man. It's just not the move that inspires much hope. I would love to know what the thought process was, other than we need a running back and he's available. But hey, I will forever stay faithful to this team and just hope that it all works out. Fortunately, the NFC West is there for the taking. It feels like we're the best team in it already. But if we can't stay healthy, if we can't field this roster, then it's all for naught. So, yeah, those are my quick thoughts on it. I'm not sure if he'll play against Kansas City. I don't expect him to, obviously, given that it's Thursday night. So we'll see. Week afterwards, or I'll have to double check the schedule and everything like that. But hopefully we'll see him soon. This is an offense that's good for running backs, so he'll have lanes to run. I just question the value we gave up for a player that has struggled to see the field consistently. So, yep, that's all I have. First reactions. I have no doubt that I'll break this down with Taylor, and we'll have some different thoughts, I'm sure. Maybe my thoughts will have changed by then, but at first blush, it's not a move I love. So, yeah, thanks for checking this one out. Have a good night.